Generally, there are two different types of mowers, okay? You can call them lawn mowers, but we just call them mowers, right? Because we don't always mow lawns. We could be mowing a fairway, we could be mowing a pitch, which is a field, okay? We could be mowing a green, whatever it is, but these are mowers, okay? This is a greens mower, okay? This is for mowing golf course putting greens. This is a very expensive piece of equipment. Generally, these range from anywhere from about $10,000 to $20,000 a piece, okay? This is more expensive than a Honda Civic, right? Why? Because Honda Civics don't make money, they use money. This makes money, all right? So we use this is what we use to mow our green, all right? And this is set at a very unique, or a very specific height of cut. Okay, but this is a greens mower, and there's two types of mowers. There are rotary mowers, and there are reel mowers. Reel as in R-E-E-L, okay? This is a reel mower, and this one over here, which looks like a mower that you guys probably, your parents probably have in their garage. This is a rotary mower, okay? So rotary mower, reel mower, right? Why is that? What's a rotary? Rotary spins like this, right? So this thing has a blade underneath it. You guys can probably see if you get under there, and it actually spins like a helicopter, okay? So that's what that one is, okay? This reel mower, it's a lot easier to see. This is the reel, okay, right here. Okay, it has several kind of like blades on it, right? And as that moves, okay, this reel spins. Underneath the reel is what's called a bed knife, and that is basically a flat piece of steel that these other blades come in contact with. All right, and so as it rolls over the grass sticks up, the bed knife touches them, and then that reel comes in and cuts it right off, very close, okay? So the benefit of a reel mower, okay, is that you can cut very, very low, right? Sometimes, you know, lower than 1/8 of an inch, okay, generally about 1/4 of an inch, up to about 1/2 an inch. Anything more than 1/2 an inch, you know, when you get to 3/4 of an inch, reel mowers just do not do that good of a job, okay? It kind of, the blades of grass are kind of flying all over the place, and it misses a lot of them, right? That's when you want a rotary mower. So this is a reel mower. It's very important when these are on, okay, do not put your hands in front of this, okay? This is what I call the business end, all right? You will lose fingers, toes, whatever it is, okay? These are very sharp, all right? So this is a greens walker here, okay? Your typical rotary mower that's used on grasses that grow up anything more than than about 1 inch, okay? So this can mow down to about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, but generally not much more than that. This is just, you use this on most of your land. Okay, this here is what's called, this is our grading, okay? That's just the product name, but what this really is, this is a vertical mower, right? So this is a different type of mower, and what it does, it's used for grasses that are stoloniferous, all right? And what this does, it mows vertically. It has a blade, and it comes in and it cuts the grass just through this, through the blades, okay? And what that does, it cuts up all of those stolons and then removes a lot of that grass that makes it really, really tight. Okay, and it loosens it up and allows more water to get into there and more light and fertilizer and things like that, okay? And it removes what we call the thatch layer and helps the grass to be a little bit tighter, not so spongy. Okay, so this is the grading. And you guys come and take a look. I tried to get the back plate off for you, but if you look around the back, let's see here. Down in here, you guys can see that it has these blades, and those blades will run through the grass, okay, and cut right through it in this parallel fashion. Okay, you guys can see that right in there. All right, so that's a vertical mower. All right, and this is the grading that we have. Okay, any questions about mowers? Yeah.
Like this and like a regular reel mower, like a front row.
Oh, it's a front throw? Yeah. Well, this, you mean as far as cost?
Well, I mean, this looks to be almost exactly the same, but the blades are finer, and there's
right.
more of them, and it's got a light on it. And
yeah. Okay, and so what makes this more expensive than a standard just front throw reel mower?
Yeah.
Yeah, this basically has been balanced. It has a very very balanced system, and it weighs probably 5 to 10 times more than a front throw mower. Okay. The other thing is, when we get onto the green, we actually don't use the tires. Okay. The tires actually come off. You can see right in here. Those tires will come off. Okay. We'll pop both of those off, and then we'll flatten it down on the ground, and you'll see that roller back in here, and it rolls perfectly smooth on the green. Okay. So that's another thing. So what happens is, not only does it cut the grass, it also rolls it down very, very tight and keeps it very, 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 very tight. Okay. Also, you can put some other implements on the front that help to pick the grass blades up, cut them, and then roll them back down. Okay. So that's why it's a little more expensive. The engine's a little bit better, and the handling is really good. Okay. The handling is really nice, and the way that this thing spins. If you see a good greens mower, it looks like he's kind of like doing the waltz with this thing, okay? And so they'll go in and they'll actually just let it move on its own, and you just follow it and direct it and guide it. Okay?
Does it have a basket?
It does. You can put a basket on the front of it, yeah. Any questions? Any other questions? That was a good question. No? All right. Okay, so I want to show you guys some other things that we use. These we use for fertilizing and for seeding. Okay. When we're spreading seed out on a certain area, okay, there are generally two methods that we use. Okay, these are called spreaders. This is a rotary spreader, and this is a drop spreader, okay? If you look inside here, you see that how it just looks like one big kind of axle, okay? When you pull on this thing that I think is now broken, but anyways, when you pull on this, okay, it actually opens up a little bottom area here all throughout, and then it drops seed in a very straight pattern as you walk it, okay? So it may drop seed, it may drop fertilizer. And the reason why we would use something that drops it in this very narrow range, let's say you actually have a grass that you don't want it to get into a certain area, okay? You only want it in this area. Maybe the seed's very expensive, you only want it in a certain area. You guys remember on the tee that we had out there, we had that nice little square, okay, of grass. We used the drop spreader to put that down. There's no reason to spread that grass everywhere. Well, actually, what'll happen is when we don't want that grass, it's gonna become a weed. So we want it to be in a certain specific area, and then we can get rid of it if we need to, all right? That's a drop spreader. Additionally, you use a drop spreader for fertilizer. Let's say you have a very expensive fertilizer and you wanna use that on the green. You don't wanna waste that fertilizer and throw it out on the fairway or the rough, so you would use it here, okay? You would use this type of drop spreader. Additionally, this works really, really well to do edges and borders, very small areas for dropping seed or fertilizer, okay? This is a broadcast spreader, and you can see as I move it, watch that bottom piece just go, okay? As I open this thing up, what it'll do, there's different settings on there, and it'll open up a little hole that at different sizes, and the bigger you open up the hole, the more it's going to throw out, okay? So we can use this to throw seed or to throw fertilizer. The benefit of this, it throws very far, okay? So generally anywhere between 15 to 20 foot widths, and so we can do a large area very quickly, okay? So I can go and fertilize the fairway with this in about 3 or 4 passes. If I were to fertilize the fairway with that, it'd take 20 to 50 passes, okay? Depending on how heavily I was going to do it. So these are different types of spreaders that you would use for seed or fertilizer. This is a broadcast spreader, and this is a drop spreader, or precision, okay? And each one is used for different things, right? Any questions? Is that clear? All right, you can stop.